Thank you for tuning into the Force Production Powerlifting channel. My name is Lawrence Malchef, and today was gut check day. I said today was gut check day. I was very nervous coming into the gym today because I knew that the numbers were going to feel very, very heavy because this is the lightest I've ever been. I weighed in this morning at 228 pounds, and that is without any dehydration. That's doing it absolutely 100% by the numbers, just letting my weight come down naturally. No caffeine, staying hydrated. And I was thinking about that training session that I had a few weeks, 2 or 3 weeks ago that was really, really bad because I was dehydrated and moving even way lighter numbers than this. So now the numbers are getting heavier. It's really, really time to really focus. I mean, it's always time to focus. But as the weight gets heavier and you're reaching for numbers that you're doing lots of reps with that are going to feel heavy, you're going to feel a little nervous, but that's a good thing. That's the I call them the iron butterflies. So I had a pretty good stomach of butterflies walking in today, but that only fed the adrenaline and made sure to get these squats nice and low. Sometimes the squats are a little bit high. It's just because I don't do a lot of warming up. I like to keep as much tension as I can in the muscles. And for those who will say, well, you need to do a super duper warm up, you don't quite understand powerlifting. You do your stretching and everything outside of the gym, but when you walk in, you need to just get under the barbell and start squatting to warm up. And yeah, here somebody left the handles about to fall out of the safety squat barbell, so I had to screw them in. That was a little annoying, but nothing to wet your pants over. But back to what I was saying, there's what's called a stretch reflex, and that's what powerlifters we try to tap into, a stretch reflex. So we need, like at the bottom of the hole, my hamstrings are stretching. Like right here, as I drop into the hole, my hamstrings get a good stretch, and I try to catch that stretch like a rubber band to fling myself back out of the bottom of the squat. So if I'm stretched out and all limber like a leopard, I don't have hardly any stretch reflex. And you know, it's not anything that's dangerous. It's perfectly fine to have good, tight, tense muscles when you go into doing your squats. It's perfectly fine. Anyway, but around this set, the confidence is kicking in. I've already made it through. Several sets, so I know it's just a matter of me enjoying the feeling like my head's going to explode and all the tension that my body's under, and just enjoying that feeling and enduring another couple of sets of it in order to reach the ultimate goal, which is new PRs in your when you have a competition coming up, which I have coming up next weekend. So the goal was met with the safety squat barbell. I think that today the weight was a little bit too far forward, but that's because it hasn't been 280 pounds yet, and I haven't been this light with 280 pounds on my back with a safety squat barbell doing a 5x5. So that being said, I'm pleased with the depth, pleased with the way I attacked the barbell today. Just a very nice, productive squatting session, and we'll be on to the deadlift, which I was even more nervous about because with the deadlift and the way I'm doing the deadlift coming up here in a second, the two plates that I'm using, the two weight plates, they look like big old wagon wheels. Those are 45 pounds apiece, just like the 45 pounds regular plates that you see hanging all over the gym. These big old wheels, they're 45 pounds, just like a regular plate. So I start with my 135, and it's moving fast. 225 is moving fast. And I know I'm approaching 460. My third attempt in the last meet was 495. So I'm really, really close to that number, and I'm doing it for reps. So I was going in thinking it's going to be intense. Nothing impossible, but it's just going to be intense. And was it ever intense? The first 3 sets, even though there were a couple of guys in the gym there that I regularly train around, they were deep into their training, but around the third set, they saw that this was an intense session for me, and they came to rally behind me so I could pull the last 10 reps with this. And that was greatly appreciated because that got my confidence up. That got me hyped up to finish strong. And even though I'm editing out the rest periods, I found that a 5-minute rest period, a 7-minute rest period, a 10-minute rest period was all I needed to complete the last 2 sets with only about 2 to 3 minutes in between each set. So next week will be my heaviest wagon wheel session, and I'm fully confident that if I take enough rest and get enough food and enough rest during the week, that I will be able to smash it to smithereens. And that will feel good, because where the barbell is set is at a mechanical disadvantage. It may look like it's halfway to the finishing point, but to start with the barbell and in the middle of your shins is incredibly difficult. And it's quite intimidating the first few times that you set some heavy numbers on the barbell with it, because you have to learn how to pull from that position. You don't get to lock your lats in as tight. You're starting right in the middle, and it's a challenge. But I rose to the challenge today. Felt really, really good. And I know now that next week I think I'm going to add another 10 pounds to each side, just take a 20-pound jump. And if I go in after it like a psychopath, it's going to get handled. And plus, I want to do it for the viewers. I want to do it for myself. I want to do it for the 9th lift in order to bust my last meet total PR and all 3 PRs, squat, bench, and deadlift. I am ready, man. I'm ready to go. And I'm going to leave you with this, with the music. Last song. Here we go.